Let's see if I can. Hold up. Shh. Shh. Go. Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear the music? Hold on, I'm gonna check my. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do. You can barely hear, but honestly, I don't care. What's it called? The thing I get a copyright. I'm not honestly. I'm not even tripping. Honestly. Oh, sorry. All right, let's do this shit, bro. Let's see. Can I do this? Is it weird looking at this way? Like, damn, I haven't streamed in a minute. Usually I do this on Twitch, but now I'm here because I feel I can build a community here. Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyways, let's fucking do this. We're about to watch The Disturbing Side of TikTok. Content warning: the video contains stories and imagery that some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer's description is device. Viewer's description. Oh, there we go. Strongly advised. Damn. It's not playing.
When TikTok exploded in popularity in Bangladesh in 2019, it opened up something that nobody had anticipated. For teenagers from low-income families across the country, it felt like a door to something better, a way to get noticed, and maybe to even become someone. And they were willing to do almost anything to get it.
Has anybody tried, like, going into, like, what's it called? Have you been, what's it called? I can't even talk right now. You ever been on TikTok so long, especially at night? It'll be so dark, and like it'll be like 3 in the morning, and like what you'll be scrolling, right? And if you scroll for too long, bro, you'll be in like the most creepiest side in TikTok, bro. And like, bro, I hate sometimes sometimes I'll be like so intrigued to watch, but sometimes I just wanna not. I don't want to deal with that.
Almost immediately, criminal networks began setting up TikTok accounts specific.
There is a dark side to TikTok, and the more you scroll, the more you the more you scroll, and the more you get into that shit, especially at night, bro. Holy shit, bro, it's fucking scary, bro.
To exploit it, targeting young girls with promises of fame, modeling contracts, and well-paid work abroad. But with all the people running operations like this, one name stood above the rest. His name was Rafizul Islam Ridoy, a 26-year-old from Magbazar in Dhaka, and he went by Ridoy Babo on TikTok. He had over 71,000 followers on the app.
Damn.
And was slowly but surely becoming a recognizable face in Bangladesh's online community. He'd even hosted a pool party for almost 800 of his TikTok followers.
800?
His own mother and uncle had thrown him out of the family home years earlier for what they described as bad behavior, and he'd built his life largely online ever since. But behind that following, he was the key agent in a transnational human trafficking operation that had been running for years, moving women and girls from Bangladesh across.
Is this, bro? Why? I'm sorry. Why do we end it just like they're back in like 2016 or something? You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong?
The border into India and forcefully exploiting them. He hadn't built the operation, but was working for a man known as Rafi, who'd been running the network for 5 years. Ridoy was just the face of it. He was the one with the platform, the followers, and the access to young girls who trusted him because they'd been watching his videos, and he was very good at what he did. He'd add targets to Facebook groups built around TikTok communities, and from there approach them directly. The promise was always the same, a chance to become a TikTok model with well-paid work in call centers and service centers across India, and give them a life that was better than the one they had.
The new Auto-Tune 2026 has been in the gym, and it's on sale right now. It runs live.
I do be need that premium so bad, bro. You know, bro, I've been having premium for a long time, but recently I just don't have the money for that right now.
This included girls from low-income families and young women with almost nothing to lose and everything to gain. They'd be invited to parties, photographed, and made to feel like something real was happening for them. But soon after, things would turn dark. When the time was right, they'd be told there was a job waiting and they needed to leave soon. They'd be moved to border districts in the southwest of Bangladesh, places like Jashore, Satkhira and Janida, and kept in safe houses near the border. Middlemen the gang called linemen would then move them through unfenced stretches of the Bangladesh-India border on foot, with Indian agents waiting on the other side. From there, they were moved through safe houses to Kolkata, then transported further south to Bengaluru, over 1,000 miles from home. In Bengaluru, they were kept in rented houses and were forced to drink and have sex with multiple men. They were told if they refused or went to the police, they'd face 20 years in an Indian prison for crossing the border without a passport. Most of them had no money, no contacts, and no way back. The operation could have continued for years longer if it hadn't been for a single video. In late May 2021, a 4-minute clip started circulating on WhatsApp across Bangladesh and India. It showed a woman being violently tormented and abused by at least 4 men and 1 woman. It was filmed and it was brutal, and it spread fast. Social media users in both countries were horrified, demanding their law enforcement agencies investigate. Nobody knew at first whether the woman was Bangladeshi or Indian, but both countries wanted answers. The 22-year-old survivor was eventually traced 400 kilometers from where the attack had taken place. She was a Bangladeshi trafficking victim, and one of the men clearly visible in the footage was Hridoy Babo. Indian police moved in on the 27th of May, 2021. Officers located Hridoy in Bengaluru, and when they tried to arrest him, he ran. They shot him in the leg, and he went down on the street and was arrested on the spot, along with 5 others. Back in Bangladesh, the RAB, Bangladesh's Rapid Action Battalion, launched raids across the border districts. The wider ringleader, the man known as Rafi, was arrested along with 3 associates, including a 46-year-old woman named Madam Sahida, who'd been operating safe houses along the route. As investigators dug deeper, the full scale of what had been running became clear. Over the 5 years Rafi had run his network, he'd trafficked an estimated 500 women across the border. One of the men arrested separately told police he alone had sent over 1,000 people to India. In total, 11 members of the gang were arrested across both countries. As for Hridoy Babo himself, he was sentenced to life in prison. As for the hundreds of women the network had moved across the border over 5 years, most of their stories have never been told publicly, and most of their names were never made known.
That's fucking crazy. Andy Montani.
It was 2013 when Jose Jurado Montilla created a TikTok account under the name Dinamita Montilla, and he used it to document his travels across Spain. He'd explore hiking trails, coastal paths, and mountain routes, just talking to the camera about his life on the road. He had around 6,000 followers by 2023, and people tuned in to watch him walk and talk. In his videos, he'd occasionally speak about his past.
Damn, bro, like, I'm sorry, this is so off topic, but like, damn, like, that's a lot of people just watching him just walk and talk. Like, why can't I get something like that? You know what I'm saying? I can get like 600 people to be here and just talk, bro. Bro, I'm not asking for anything, but like, bro, damn, imagine I'm not even asking for like 6, maybe like 3 or 100 by best, bro. That'd be nice though.
Though not giving too much away, and aside from that, he just came across as a friendly older man. He simply wandered across Spain with nothing but his phone and the open road, a nomad with no fixed home and nowhere in particular to be. In August 2023, he crossed paths with a 42-year-old woman from Seville named Esther Estepa. Esther had grown up in a close family with her parents and her sister Raquel. She was also super close to her mother Josefa. They spoke every single day without fail, by phone, WhatsApp, or even video call. In her early 30s, she'd left Seville to travel across Spain, and for years she'd been living that way. She'd been through a difficult few years by the summer of 2023, having left an abusive relationship, but she was getting back on her feet, and in August, she left a shelter in Alicante and set out on her own again. It was in the lobby of a hostel in Alicante that Esther came across Montilla. The two of them were both traveling alone, and they got talking. They decided to hike together, and on the morning of the 22nd of August, they set off from Denia along the coast toward Gandia, walking 37 kilometers through the Spanish countryside. A few days in, Esther started having pain in her leg and a severe headache, and on the evening of the 22nd, Montilla called emergency services and she was taken to hospital by ambulance. She was discharged at 4:30 in the morning on the 23rd. 13 hours later, Esther's mother received a WhatsApp message from her daughter's phone. It said Esther was broke, that she hadn't behaved properly, and that she was leaving Spain to start a new life in Buenos Aires and wouldn't be in contact anymore. Josefa knew immediately something was wrong. The writing didn't sound like Esther at all. She mentioned leaving with friends, but Josefa knew her daughter didn't have any friends in Alicante, and Esther had 2 dogs at home she loved more than anything. She would never have just left them, so she called the police.
There is a lot about the job that isn't actually that fun that I have now automated.
In the meantime, Montilla began campaigning on TikTok. He posted videos to his followers retracing the exact routes he and Esther had walked together, begging anyone who might have seen her to come forward.
Oh, damn.
He called Esther's family directly, multiple times, asking about the investigation, expressing concern, and telling them he hoped she was okay. He even claimed at one point that a woman had come forward saying she'd seen Esther. His concern didn't go unnoticed, but it almost became too much. The concern soon felt like harassment as he inserted himself into the investigation, and the family eventually grew suspicious of him. They asked the police to do a background check on him, which only returned some minor arrests for theft some years back. It was only when the family dug deeper themselves that everything took a much darker turn. You see, Montilla hadn't just been arrested for theft. In November 1985, he shot and killed a 57-year-old man named Francisco Gonzalez inside his farmhouse in Malaga. Montilla confessed to the killing, but claimed self-defense, saying Gonzalez had come at him with a shotgun first, but Gonzalez's family denied that account entirely. Before police could even arrest him, he killed 3 more people. In March 1987, he murdered Antonio Paniagua, the personal chauffeur of a famous Spanish flamenco singer, and 2 months after that, he shot and stabbed 2 tourists, one from Germany and one from the United Kingdom, whose bodies were found near the popular Caminito del Rey trail in Malaga.
Damn,
He was arrested shortly after and convicted of all 4 murders. He was sentenced to 123 years in prison, but only served 28. The reason is due to the Perot Doctrine, which was a legal mechanism that allowed courts to keep the most dangerous offenders locked up beyond the standard maximum sentence outlined in European law. In 2013...
So he got out, took that? I'd say he was already guilty of murdering somebody and already was sentenced 100 years or whatever the fuck. Bro, hey, bro, I don't know what's going on in other countries where they gotta, like, you know, max out their prison sentences, or not max out, but like cut out their sentences, and, you know, letting out people that could potentially or highly, like, be chance of, like, them doing again. When that's just scary, bro. You know what I'm saying? When there's a murderer out there, especially when they just got out of prison, bro, there's like 2 things gonna happen, right? One, he, you know, after serving time, he probably maybe not have moved on, like try to learn and be a better person, try to be a better human being, and, you know, that's a good ending, right? We all expect a lot of people to kind of, you know, be that way after they get out of prison, right? But there's people who's been, you know, who served their time or got out of, you know, jail or prison for a short amount of time and still continues on doing that because it's, I don't know, it's something they just love doing, bro. It's weird, bro. I don't know how the whole justice system works or how the prison thing works, but damn, bro, letting out people this dangerous can set off a lot of people in a panic. You know what I'm saying?
The European Court of Human Rights overturned it, ruling that it violated the rights of prisoners. Hundreds of convicted killers across Spain walked free as a result, and Montilla was one of them.
Damn.
When he was released, he was 52 years old, with nowhere to go and nothing to his name. And within months, he'd created a TikTok account and started walking. And the same man that was campaigning for Esther's safe return was the same man that had murdered her.
Damn,
Spanish
bro.
authorities had already been investigating a separate case, the 2022 murder of a 21-year-old college student named David, who'd been found shot twice on his family's farm in Malaga. Before he died, David had told his father he'd been approached by an older man who looked very shady and wanted to go out hunting foxes together. DNA found on the zip of the bag David had with him matched someone on the police database with the surname Jurado. A search of the family tree led investigators straight to Jose Jurado Montilla. The problem now was finding him. Montilla had no fixed address and was constantly on the move, but he'd been documenting his every step on TikTok. Investigators went through his videos, piecing together timestamps, background scenery, and location clues to track his movements across Spain. until they finally narrowed down where he was. In May 2024, they arrested him at a sports bar near the Spain-Portugal border while he was filming himself. When they seized his phone, they found what they'd been looking for: images and videos connecting him directly to Esther, including photographs of a woman's body in a sleeping bag in a remote field. He was charged in connection with her death shortly after. In February 2024, a hiker had already discovered a human skull at the foot of a mountain near Byren Castle in Gandia, alongside a canal junction. It wasn't confirmed as Esther's until June of that year, when the rest of her remains were found, scattered nearby in a reed bed, skeletalized from months of exposure. A forensic examination confirmed she'd been struck over the head with a blunt object and physically assaulted before she died. Montilla has denied everything. He's currently in prison awaiting trial for the murders of both Esther Estepa and David, but a date has yet to be confirmed. As for Esther's family, they still mark the 23rd of August as the anniversary of the day they lost her, the last day they ever heard from her.
That's sad, dude. Yeah, bro, that is just sad, bro. There's literally people out there who's just, who's gone through a lot, and only for them to get kidnapped and murdered by just just fucked up people, bro. And it's just sad to see that there's a lot of people that has to go through that, and I hope that everybody that's watching this right now, are saved and making sure that you contact people that you haven't talked to in a minute. I'm saying, make sure they're good, make sure that even if they're not in a good mindset, they're not in a good spot right now, just always check on them. And hey, because you never know, anything could happen, bro. One day they're there, the next they're completely gone, and that's scary, bro. All right, chapter 3. Oh, fucking no.
Toward the end of 2018, a TikTok account appeared under the username Lansostyles. The profile said it belonged to a 13-year-old boy who was posting videos and reaching out to girls his own age to chat and make friends. He was also active in similar profiles across Snapchat, Instagram, and even a site called Meet Me, which, for those who don't know, is an app to chat to like-minded people directly via live video. His reasoning was to cast as wide a net as possible across as many platforms as he could, even going so far as to list his phone number publicly on his TikTok profile. By late 2018, he'd been in contact with at least 21 girls, with some of them being as young as 9 years old. At first, the conversation was pretty normal, as they'd talk about their favorite shows, music, and food. But eventually, Lansostyles pushed the conversation towards something far darker. He started speaking more suggestively and inappropriately, and somewhere along the way, simply speaking to these girls wasn't enough. He started pushing for something more. He wanted to know where these girls lived. And in November 2019, one of those 9-year-old girls told him just that. When he arrived at the house, it was clear that Lansostyles wasn't 13 years old like he claimed to be, and he didn't have good intentions. His name was James Anthony Gonzalez, a 35-year-old man from Rolling Hills Estates in Los Angeles, and he'd driven to the home of a 9-year-old girl he...
Hold on one second. I need to change my monitor real quick, because that just really bothered me, and... One second. I'm so sorry. There you go. That's just been bothering me. I'm sorry.
He'd been talking to on TikTok. He posed as a delivery driver, but the girl's mother answered the door and immediately called the police after she was suspicious. She later handed them the TikTok messages between Gonzalez and her daughter, and when investigators looked into his background, they realized that this wasn't the first time he'd done something like this. In 2003, 15 years earlier, he'd inappropriately touched an underage family friend. And in 2017, just a year before creating the Lansostyles account, he'd groped an underage female relative. He was later arrested on the 7th of February 2019. When investigators searched his phone and personal computer, they found multiple images of CSAM on both devices. He pleaded no
what is that?
contest to 2 counts of lewd acts on a child under 14 and 1 count of possession of CSAM, and was sentenced to 10 years and 8 months in state prison. He was also ordered to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department released his mugshot and the surveillance image of him standing on that little girl's doorstep publicly, warning there could be more victims out there they hadn't yet identified. As for the accounts themselves, they've since been taken down.
Holy shit.
Sorry to interrupt,
oh, come on.
but this is important. The shooter who murdered my sweet little Daniel brought a highly lethal weapon with him to my son's first grade classroom at Sandy Hook Elementary. In approximately 4 minutes, he shot 154 bullets, killing 20 children and 6 educators.
What?
Now, Congress is working
Dude, this is an ad.
on solutions to prevent school shootings. The kind of legislation that might have saved my sweet son Daniel from being murdered. We need your voice with us to help us ramp up the pressure on Congress and keep kids safe in their classrooms.
Gabriel Rodriguez livestream.
Maracay is a city in the north of Venezuela, about 60 miles west of Caracas, in a state called Aragua. And if you know anything about Venezuelan organized crime, you'll already know why that matters. Because Aragua is where the Tren de Aragua, one of the most feared gangs in Latin America, was born. The Tren de Aragua started inside a single prison in the early 2000s in a facility called Tocaron, where inmates had essentially taken full control of the building. They were running their own economy, rules, and even their own criminal empire from inside the walls. But what started as a prison gang spread outside those walls and grew into something far larger, moving across Venezuela and then across borders into Chile, Peru, Colombia, Brazil, and eventually the United States, where in 2025, the Trump administration designated it a foreign terrorist organization and offered a $12 million reward for its leadership. Its activities span drug trafficking, human trafficking, kidnapping, extortion, forced prostitution, and murder. The US State Department has described it as one of the most dangerous transnational criminal organizations in the Western Hemisphere. In 2023, Venezuelan security forces raided Tocaron with 11,000 agents and reclaimed the prison, but the gang's leadership escaped. Since then, the Venezuelan government has claimed that the Tren de Aragua no longer exists and was fully dismantled, but nobody in Maracay believed that, including Gabriel Jesus Sarmiento Rodriguez. He was 25 years old and a programmer and cybersecurity analyst who'd built a TikTok account under the username Unleaks with around 76,000 followers. His videos would document alleged police corruption, gang activity, and government collusion, all while he filmed from the streets of Maracay as he walked to courthouses to follow up on his own complaints. He tagged high-ranking government officials directly in his posts, including Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello and Aragua State Governor Joana Sanchez, making clear he wanted his accusations to be seen by exactly the people he was accusing. He named members of both the Tren de Aragua and a second gang called the Tren del Llano, posting photos and videos of alleged members publicly. He accused police officers from a unit called the DAET, the Directorate of Strategic and Tactical Actions, of extorting him and working hand-in-hand with criminal networks. In one of his final videos, he said directly, "I was kidnapped by the DAET. We are overrun with delinquent officials who work with common criminals." He also named the Tren de Aragua's fugitive leader, Hector Rustherford Guerrero Flores.
Damn, bro, he's out here snitching everybody, bro. I mean, fuck it, bro, because you have, bro, there's just been, I mean, it's always been a thing where there's always corruption within the PDs and it's kind of hard to kind of trust any of those, you know, police forces when you have, you know, people that would take advantage and, you know, abuse your power to gain whatever the fuck they want to gain off of that, bro. Which is probably power to have control, and it's scary because it's becoming like even now in our own country, bro. It's starting to get more and more dangerous for people to be safe, and I mean, sooner or later, people maybe a lot more people are starting to not trust the police, and instead of turning towards the officers or police, they end up getting firearms, and that's the only result they got. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of protect yourself at this point with everything that's going on. I know other countries, they got their own shit going on, but here it's like we just have a lot of like corruptions, just a lot of lies, and just ties, and just connections with other criminalization, and it's just sad to see, bro. And a lot of people are starting to lose trust of the our own government, bro. And bro, it's crazy. Not the government, but like our police station, bro. The people that are supposed to they're supposed to protect us. They're supposed to like be there when there's crime and stuff like that. It's terrible, bro. And like I don't like talking about it, but like damn, the governments do be doing some crazy shit, like to manipulate the media and lie to the people to fit their agenda and get to do whatever they want. Because I'm not saying, bro, we have someone in power. We have someone in the house right now who's making these rules that are changing a lot of things to benefit them and their rich pals to just control everything, bro. And I think it's so weird how nobody's doing nothing about it. Like what I'm very like I'm so surprised that we haven't done anything to really kind of like get up and do something about it, just start a revolution, something. But no one has done, bro. We're just letting the government fuck us over. You know what I'm saying? No condoms, just raw. You know what I'm saying? And it surprises me, bro. Like I see other countries, even this. I forgot what country it was, but like I seen a video of like the Gen Zers literally like rampage a government facility, like a building, because I forgot what it was, something to do with the internet, and they didn't like it, so they went and started doing a whole rampage and start breaking shit, start a revolution. That I was like, yo, what the fuck? Why can't we do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying to like, bro, hey, bro, I'm not saying to like start violence and anything stuff like that, bro. Like, I feel like all this peaceful protest bullshit, bro, I don't think it's not really helping anything, bro, if I'm being honest with you. And and as much as I want to believe that we can just easily do it the easy way and the most safest way, where we just protest and voice our concerns and have our own government pay attention and listen to our reasoning, or listen to our concerns and our worries. But no, I don't think they give a fuck, bro. Bro, they don't care, bro. And they're just gonna let them. They're just literally gonna ignore your fucking issues, and they're just gonna keep on doing what they're doing, bro. Getting, bro, profiting off of a lot of people, not only here in America, but outside of our own country. And I don't want to get into it, bro, but just know that, bro, like, there's a lot of corruption in this country and outside, of course. It's no secret, bro. But like I'm starting to see this more and more often, bro. And it's getting to a point where like, damn, bro, it is getting too scary, bro. There's too many like corrupt cops, corrupt politicians, corrupt government. You know what I'm saying? It just I just see too much, bro. And it starts to get more concerning at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. It's just something that's been having in my mind.
Known as Nino Guerrero, one of Venezuela's most wanted criminals, and a man the US State Department has offered a $5 million reward for. He did it by name, on camera, to tens of thousands of people. But it wasn't just words he was spewing. Sarmiento claimed he'd previously been held for 15 days in La Morita prison after being accused by an ex-girlfriend of harassing and threatening her family. He denied it, and the truth was never fully established, but it gave him a clear picture of the corruption within the walls of the prisons themselves. The prison he was kept in was a Bolivarian National Police Detention Center near Maracay, which he said was an unjust imprisonment engineered by the same corrupt officials he'd been exposing. And he knew he was being noticed by people far more powerful than him. In one of his final posts, he'd publicly asked Venezuela's intelligence service for protection, sharing his exact address online and warning his followers about the threats he was receiving, but those requests went unanswered. And on June 23, 2025, the people he'd been warning everyone about came to find him. In the early hours of that morning, Sarmiento was at home on JJ Montesino Street in the El Piñonal neighborhood of Maracay, live streaming on TikTok. Then, midstream, he heard something. A woman's voice, his mother's, screaming and banging on his door.
Piñonal, calle JJ Montesino, Piñonal, calle JJ Montesino, Sebin, ustedes que me llamaron ahorita, el William Adalejo me está allanando la casa, el comisario del DCDO, enviado por Rick Joseph González. Piñonal, calle JJ Montesino, Sebin. ¡Auxilio!
Holy shit.
You have to grease that?
Sorry for the ads.
Then, the gunfire started. He's shouting that he's been shot as his mother continues to scream in the background. Two armed men walked directly into frame, which was followed by immediate gunshots. Seconds later, the stream went dead. His mother had been shot in the abdomen, but survived.
Oh, damn.
As for Sarmiento, he was shot at least 9 times and tragically passed away. The live stream wasn't saved to his TikTok account, but viewers who'd been watching in real time had already started clipping and sharing it, and within hours it had spread across Latin America and beyond. Within days, Venezuela's Attorney General Tarek William Saab announced that the 69th Prosecutor's Office, a unit with national jurisdiction over organized crime, had been...
Hold on a second.
I hate niggas like you, bro. I despise you, bro. I hate the way you breathe!
You didn't even like that, bro?
Bro, you don't know me like that, bro. I told you, bro. I literally pulled up to your hood, fool, in Rosecrans, bro. You didn't do nothing, bro.
Nah, hell no. I pulled up to your hood in Hoover, bro.
Oh my god. Okay, what happened, bro? What happened in Hoover?
I smoked the wood in your hood, bro. No one was there, bro.
I'm about to send this to Treyway 6K, bro, and then Jet 5, and see what you say.
Nah, tell him it was Mateo.
Damn, Mateo, you just gonna let him catch straight? You gonna catch strays like that, bro?
No.
Cause mind you, bro, Fago beats with everybody in chat, bro.
Bro, the beef with my hood over here.
Damn.
We're not from the same city, bro.
Oh no.
What about the cribs?
But yeah, CK all day.
Oh my god. Okay, bro.
There's no Bloods in my city.
Oh no.
I heard Mateo ain't for the 562 though on the real though.
Yeah. Fucking Fago, bro. This was just like some fucking rich people. Nah, you good, bro.
Now what you eating though?
Don't worry about it, Fago. You're not gonna get a bite of it, fool. You already ate, bro.
I sent a picture in the Discord.
He's eating a burrito because he's a Mexican.
That guy haven't you on the bed is a burrito though.
Oh, he is. What the fuck? He's eating.
Alright then. Alright. But I kill this shit and I'm gonna end it here. And yeah.
Assigned to investigate the murder. 4 days after Sarmiento's death, Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello One of the officials Sarmiento had been tagging in his videos announced that some of those involved had already been captured and others identified. A woman named Pierina Uribari, the partner of the alleged gunman Adrian Romero, known by the alias Nino Loco, was arrested and charged with aggravated intentional homicide, criminal association, and terrorism. Arrest warrants were issued for Romero and 2 other men, Wilbert Gonzalez and Gerald Nieto, known as Coropo. Wilbert Gonzalez, the man who'd broken a hole through the wall of Sarmiento's house to let the gunman in, never made it to trial. On the 27th of July 2025, he was cornered by officers of the Bolivarian National Police.
What?
He resisted, was wounded in the confrontation, and jumped into the waters of Lake Valencia to escape. His body was found on the shoreline weeks later, in an advanced state of decomposition. The Venezuelan government still maintains the Tren de Aragua doesn't exist. Gabriel Sarmiento spent months trying to prove otherwise, and in his final moments, he did just that.
Crazy. Crazy. Hold up.
Savannah, you say what you gonna do? You gonna let them say that to you?
You gotta just ring the people on the stream and shit. No, actually, no. I can watch a couple more. I can indulge a little longer. Hold on, my shit ain't shitty right now. Why does it do that, bro? I've been just having that issue for a while. I want to change my title, bro. I don't know if it's gonna let me. No, I don't think so. Hold up. Ooh. Sorry. This takes a lot of day like me. And they didn't name me. Who is this? Never heard of him. Some rando. We got a lot of videos to watch, but none of them really appeals to me, bro. None of them. Ooh, yep.
Yo, yo, yo. Oh my god, are you recording?
Streaming, but yeah.
What's
up?
Sorry. I'm just gonna say what's up.
Got back from work?
Okay, that shit, bro. My bad.
We wanna do?
Take a shower and rest, because I gotta work again tomorrow.
Oh, fuck.
Tuesday, though. I look, you got an idea. I don't know.
What is it?
I'm thinking. I'll explain it. I'm tired of fucking talking. I'm talking all day. Oh, you guys, what do you want to drink? Awesome, yeah. Literally the same shit for fucking hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. Sorry. In the highway. In the highway.
Toxic in a product.
All right, hold up. Hold up. Crazy conspiracy theory that turns out to be true. What kind of conspiracy are we talking about? I don't know. We're about to find out. It's kind of no. I'm not reading all that.
A top secret military program recruited people with impossible abilities. A scientist discovered something toxic in a product used by millions of Americans. People who suspected these things were just laughed at. Then the truth was revealed. These are insane conspiracy theories that turned out true. Part 2. Make sure you guys watch the full video because I'm gonna link part 1 at the end. But you don't have to watch it in any particular order. It would mean the world if you guys subscribe, and I will do the best that I can to put out the best videos I possibly can.
Y'all should too. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel because I'll be posting videos here. I rarely stream here. That's why you gotta go to Twitch. So do that, please.
I'm Visual Venture and you are awesome. The Psychic Spy Conspiracy. Most wars are won with weapons, soldiers, and strategy. But in the 1970s, the US military tried to use human superpowers to fight a war. They secretly recruited psychics and fortune tellers. People who heard the rumors didn't believe it. But years later, declassified documents revealed everything. Here's how it started. In the early 1970s, the CIA was worried about the Soviet Union. Reports claimed the Soviets were spending millions of dollars studying psychic powers. They wanted to build a team of psychics that could see what Americans were doing from hundreds of miles away.
No, what the fuck? Imagine, no, if that actually is, bro, if that actually did work, honestly, we'll be cooked. We're talking about superheroes, bro, or super villains, bro. Fuck that. No, that's crazy. I ain't expect him to do that, bro.
Idea sounded impossible, but the US government couldn't ignore even the smallest threat. So the CIA also quietly launched its own psychic research program.
You gotta be fucking high on fucking anything just to even thinking like an idea like that, bro.
It was called the Stargate Project. They started recruiting Americans who claimed they had psychic abilities. The most promising candidates were brought to a secret location in Maryland. Their first task was simple. They needed to prove that they were really psychic. Each candidate was locked in a room and given a series of tests. In one test, a researcher secretly looked at a picture. The psychic then had to read the researcher's mind and draw whatever image they were thinking about.
On the left side of the page, you see the original target, and on the right, Geller's response.
When the drawings were compared to the original images, they claimed that some were surprisingly close.
In fact, this is the most off-target of the drawings that he did.
Some candidates passed the tests. They were ready for their first psychic spy mission. The psychics were given the coordinates.
Oh, they're being for real for him, bro. This is the real, bro. What the fuck?
Of specific locations. Then they were asked to describe what was happening there. They called it remote viewing. Once they started talking, the researchers were stunned. It seemed that a lot of their information was quite accurate.
We were finding information that saved lives that couldn't be found in any other way, not even through spy-in-the-sky satellites or
that actually worked? Oh my god.
or ground agents.
Today, I'm mixing vocals with Auto-Tune plugins. Auto-Tune is one of the most famous pitch correction plugins.
Some psychics could reportedly see into Soviet military bases. Their descriptions were incredibly detailed. No one could explain how they were supernaturally seeing these things, but those running the program were satisfied. Over the years, more than 20 psychics were employed. They took part in high-level intelligence missions, but the entire program stayed top secret. Then in 1979, Project Stargate was given its biggest challenge. That year, a Soviet plane crashed somewhere in the jungles of Central Africa. The aircraft was full of secret codes and valuable technology. Americans wanted to find it before the Soviets did. Recovering it would give the US a huge advantage in the war. For weeks, US satellites scanned the area, but the jungle was so thick they found nothing. The clock was running out. The US was desperate, so they—
What's the point of war? What's the point of going to war, bro? Why can't we all get along and shit? Why don't we just make enough money to just help our people, bro? Help our own country, bro. We ain't gotta buy nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they always gotta be fucking nosy. Always gotta like know what the other person's doing from the other side. So it's fucking like, damn, bro. It's crazy.
They turned to Project Stargate for help. For this mission, they chose a psychic named Rosemary Smith. Rosemary was handed a map of Africa and asked to find the fallen plane. They gave her no other information. According to those in the room, Rosemary went into a trance. After a few minutes, she pointed to a spot on the map. Then she gave them exact coordinates. When the military focused its satellite cameras on that location, they found the plane, right where she said it would be. The US government was impressed, but there was no public celebration. The military wanted wanted the psychic program to remain.
Yo, what's up, Gino? If you could pick a superpower, what would that be? What's up, man? How you doing, bro? It's been a minute. Fuck. If I had to choose a power, honestly, I don't know. I feel like, honestly, I can pick any generic as, you know, superpower, but I want to be creative about it. I would say psychic, but no, I'm only saying that because of the video. But honestly, damn, flying, nah. What's it called? What is that? What is it? I don't know what it's called, but it's an ability where you could just where you could just make something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? If I want to make like money, I can do that with just like my powers and shit. I want that. You know what I'm saying? Or if I want a cup of water or something, I can make that happen, bro. I don't know what's called, but I want that with power, bro. You know the amount of the possibilities, and bro, that'll be crazy, bro.
Secret. Then someone opened their mouth and ruined everything. Somehow an investigative reporter named Jack Anderson found out about Project Stargate. So he published a series of articles exposing it. He revealed how the psychics supposedly helped locate enemy submarines and planes. He also claimed they helped catch a spy. The news spread across the country, but instead of panic or outrage, people just laughed it off. The public simply didn't believe it. The government also denied everything. The Department of Defense claimed no money was spent for ESP or whatever sort of label you want to put on those programs. The story was treated like a conspiracy theory. Eventually, it was forgotten. Then in 1995, the truth finally came out. Some CIA documents were declassified, and they confirmed that the Stargate project was real. The CIA even admitted it. Not long after that, the program was shut down. But the reason surprised people. The government claimed the psychics were unreliable. In other words, it seemed their information was wrong most of the time. The program turned out to be true. But the question is, did these psychics just get lucky? This next chapter is about a theory that the government...
I mean, yeah, I think when they, when these psychics, what's it called? I think half of these psychics, bro, don't be telling the truth sometimes, bro. Like, I feel like sometimes they just, you know, guessed it. You know, I don't know. I really don't know how psychics work and shit. But like it's a 50-50, bro. You know, you're not gonna get the answer 100% all the time, but like I can see why they shut it down, bro.
Was actually killing thousands of its own citizens purposely. The poisoned alcohol conspiracy. In the 1920s,
there was another one, and it wasn't like, what's it called? There was one classified where it has something to do with Cuba, right? I think it was the Cuba War, where they wanted to start with Cuba. The U.S. wanted to start some shit with Cuba, and I guess what their plan was to like bomb Florida and blame it on Cuba so they could start like a conflict towards each other. And I was like, bro, you really gonna bomb your own people just to start a war with Cuba? I don't know. I don't know what the reason was. I'm pretty sure it had to do with weapons, guns, drugs. I don't know what it was, but it was. I read it somewhere, on the internet, but it's just crazy, bro.
A terrifying conspiracy theory spread across America. A doctor claimed the government was poisoning alcohol to kill citizens. What if that was true? The question is,
but alcohol is already poisoned as it is, bro.
Why? In 1920, the United States government banned the sale and production of alcohol. The law became known as prohibition. Lawmakers believed alcohol was destroying American society. They thought banning it would reduce crime, improve families, and clean up the country.
If they could ban it, all of America's problems would definitely, 100%, without a doubt, be completely and totally solved.
No, I had to disagree on it. Hold on. This stupid fucking ad, bro. I hate this shit, bro.
The $10 Gotta Have It meal deal. A fresh sandwich with fresh sourdough.
Police raided.
Look, I get where she's coming from. Where like if we didn't have any alcohol and no drugs, sure, I think there will be some improvement. But I don't know. I still think there's gonna be like it's not gonna solve it's not gonna solve everything, you know what I'm saying? People are still gonna drink, people are gonna do drugs, You know what I'm saying? People will do, you know, even if you know, made it illegal, doesn't mean they won't stop, you know, doing it. They'll find ways around, bro. You know, like it's illegal to like fucking do drugs, but people find a way to do it or make drugs. You know what I'm saying? What would you think they won't do it for alcohol as well? So I don't know.
Warehouses and smashed barrels of alcohol. But almost immediately, the law failed. People didn't stop drinking. They just started drinking in secret.
Almost overnight, a whole underground economy sprang up dedicated to smuggling and selling alcohol. If anything, alcohol consumption became more widespread as people sought to outwit the law.
Bootleggers needed huge amounts of alcohol to keep up with demand, so they came up with a dangerous idea. They would turn industrial alcohol into drinking alcohol. Industrial alcohol was used in paint, cleaning products, and medical supplies. It was never meant to be consumed because it contained harmful chemicals, but that didn't stop them. Some people filtered industrial alcohol.
Wait, why do I feel like I heard this somewhere before?
Bottled it and secretly sold it in bars. As demand grew, thieves started breaking into factories. They stole entire barrels of industrial alcohol and pushed it into the black market. The government knew this was happening, but they couldn't stop the theft. So they decided to make the stolen alcohol undrinkable. The government sent a secret.
What? No, that's crazy. No. That's a terrible fucking plan, bro. What the fuck?
Order to industrial alcohol makers. They told them to add deadly poisons to every batch.
They're literally poisoning their own people, bro. Nah, bro,
there's already some methanol in most industrial alcohol formulations, but the government added more, a lot more, to the point where it was sometimes 10% of the entire product.
People kept stealing industrial alcohol from factories, only now it was poison, and they had no idea. It was bottled and sold across the country. Before long, there was a national disaster. On Christmas Eve, 1926, 60 people were rushed to the hospital. They all drank toxic holiday liquor. 8 of them passed away before Christmas morning, and the crisis only got worse. The poisoned alcohol was everywhere. In New York City alone, over 1,200 people became seriously sick. Around 400 of them passed away.
Victims would fall into a coma and death often followed. The lucky ones, if you could call them that, would lose their sight, but
see, like, no matter what, bro, you can try legalizing fucking alcohol, bro, but like I said earlier, bro, they'll find a way to smuggle alcohol into countries and you know, make profit out of that shit, bro. And having to poison your people with, you know, chemicals and all this shit, bro, it's not the bro, like, I mean, I have heard worse of what the government have done over the years, but like, this is the dumbest shit. Like, it's like, bro,
at least they'd survive.
No one knew what was causing this sudden medical crisis, but one doctor was determined to figure it out. Charles Norris was the chief medical examiner of New York City. He watched these bodies pile up, and he figured out what was happening. He noticed that the victims all had one thing in common. They had been drinking. So the poison likely came from alcohol. But bootleggers wanted repeat customers. They wouldn't poison loyal buyers. So if bootleggers were not doing it on purpose, who was? To Norris, the answer was obvious. Norris called a press conference. Then he accused the government of poisoning alcohol.
But it wasn't a virulent flu or poorly chosen mushrooms that caused their deaths. It was alcohol that had been poisoned by the US government, which sounds like a conspiracy theory, but it's the truth.
Norris called it a national experiment in extermination. He also said the government...
Extermination, bro. That sounds scary as fuck, dude. Nah, bro. This is something, if you want to get rid of people, this is what they'll call it, bro. That's just crazy.
Must be held responsible for the deaths that poison.
No, they don't. They're responsible. Yeah, that doesn't exist in their vocabulary. They don't take any responsibility. They just kind of brush it under the rug and just say it doesn't exist. It never happened. So that's why it's classified. That's why people rarely talk about it. You know, it's crazy how nobody talks about anything what the government does in our own country, but still continues to kind of like, you know, believe and say that our government is helping us, which is not fucking true. Stop believing that shit, bro. Because even today, bro, our own government is fucking us over, bro. With gas prices, with food, with housing, bro. It's getting fucking ridiculous, bro. And bro, and it's getting hard for us to even, you know, to find a job. Luckily, I found a job, but like I know there's other people, you know, are able to find jobs, you know, because of like it's just so much, you know, so many shit they expect you to have. You know, it's like it's stupid, bro. I don't know, bro. It's terrible, bro.
And liquor causes. Almost immediately, the government dismissed it as a conspiracy theory. But if
no responsibilities, bro. No, nothing.
Few people believed it. It became a debate. Those who supported prohibition said alcohol was illegal, so anyone who drank it was breaking the law and deserved whatever happened. Others could not believe their own government would poison citizens. The idea sounded too extreme. Norris needed undeniable proof.
Have we just gotten so used to our own government poisoning us, killing us, and it just desensitizes us so much that it just doesn't really bother us anymore? No one, bro. Neither of our the three generations before us. Neither of them has ever stood up against the government at all. Even after there is proof of them getting poisoned, proof of them poisoning their people are hurting and killing their own people, bro. It's fuck, bro. We've been so desensitized for so long that this has just transferred into the new generation, into the millennials, to the Gen Zers, and now it's going to the alphas, bro. This has just been going on for generations after generation, bro. We keep on letting this happen, and it sucks. I wish we could just pick up a torch and our fucking forks and whatever the fuck, and just march to the fucking government, bro. But like, no one, for some reason, no one wants to do it, bro. Everybody's so divided. Everybody is so against each other. Regardless of like politics, regardless of race, regardless of like beliefs, bro. It's like, bro. I'm not gonna say it's because of the government or this is a conspiracy, but you know, I've been hearing a lot where people who say the government is putting these propaganda and putting our own people against each other. You know what I'm saying? Putting other, you know, ethnicities and race, whatever the fuck, and go against each other. And everything has been, our own country is crumbling apart. And we can't unionize because of all this bullshit that's been feeding us on the social media, that's been spreading false just false information and just all this bullshit, bro. So it's just sad to see how far and how fallen we have gone as a country, bro. I don't know about this.
And he knew exactly how to get it. Norris contacted Alexander Gettler. Gettler was the chief toxicologist for New York City. Gettler analyzed the bodies arriving at the morgue. Then he carefully tested samples taken from confiscated alcohol. The alcohol contained massive amounts of methanol, also known as wood alcohol. Consuming methanol would destroy the nervous system and cause blindness, and it could end lives slowly and painfully. Now, Norris and Gettler had proof of the government's poisoning program. They published their findings. Newspapers across the country reported the story. The public was outraged. The conspiracy theory was true all along. But even after the evidence came out, the poisoning program did not stop. Incredibly, the government admitted it and even doubled down on it. Officials announced that they would add even more toxic chemicals like benzene. They wanted the fear of death to scare Americans into obeying prohibition laws. But it didn't work. People still kept drinking, and many of them didn't survive. In December 1933, prohibition officially came to an end. Alcohol was no longer illegal. It was estimated that about 10,000 Americans passed away from these poison drinks. The whole program worked because people trusted what they were given. Nobody even questioned what was actually inside. The government counted on that. And cell phone companies have been doing that same thing for years.
And it's not just alcohol, it's food, it's in our it's in the fucking pollution, it's everywhere, bro. It's even our own phones, bro. We're not, no one's safe here, bro. And as much as we want to make a better country, bro, that's not gonna happen if we have corruptions, we have greedy corporations, and people with higher in higher positions making the rules to make to benefit, one party happy and the other one just kind of be left on the side, left in the curve, bro. But it is what it is, bro. And I don't like saying that because it's just
They show you one price but hide the fees in the fine print. So when you get the bill, it's much higher than you expect. But Mint Mobile, the sponsor of today's video, said she got a new plan saying the more 580. That's the tradition, and it failed because of one stupid mistake.
Insurance companies will hit you with some low offer like 7 grand, 9 grand, maybe 17 grand, and make it sound like they're helping you. But let's be real, they're not.
The Mafia hit conspiracy. In the late
Mafias. Holy shit, hold on one second.
Saying, but yeah, facts. Y'all still not finished, bro. I'm still not where I want to be at with the streaming shit, but I'm just glad I have people that support me, bro. Cause yeah, bro, it's hard, bro. It's hard to have people that really support you, bro. There's a lot of people that still don't believe in me, bro, but it's all good. I love y'all though. Peace.
Hey you! Relax! Domino's large one-topping pizzas are just $7.99 when
we gotta support our homie Krusty, bro. He's with Nina right now, bro, and yeah, bro. Where the fuck is he actually? He posted like he's gonna go to let's go to, hold on, I need to click my back. Oh, sorry. There we go. Where the fuck is he?
But we got a real gift for you. You can keep this.
That us?
$100 card right here.
What the hold this shit, Steve? Hold up, bro.
So that's a one-piece card.
Holy shit! What's good, Tanya? Sorry.
So basically, when you pack a card on our app, you can ship it to your house and it'll come like this.
Wait, that ass on your app?
Like, yeah, real cards, all of it's real, or you can sell it back for money.
Oh no, we're connected, bro. Wait, are you saying you're like, I could...
Yeah, that's yours. Keep that.
Yo, shout out Triumph, bro.
Camera's off, he keeps it.
Bro, hey, shout out Triumph, bro. Stop playing with him, bro. Hey, I appreciate that. What's your name, bro?
Liam, nice
Liam?
to meet you.
Krusty, bro.
Nice to meet you, bro.
What the fuck?
W Triumph, W Triumph.
W Triumph, W Triumph, bro. Hell yeah. Hey, no, thank you guys, bro.
Enjoy it.
Amazing, bro. What the fuck? Shout out Triumph, bro. Damn. I just got in here and I won $100. Hey. Yeah, bro, yeah. Bro, he gave it to me. $100.
Right now. Let me see.
He said I'll buy it right now.
Right now.
Hey, he said he'll buy it right now, Chad. Wait, Chad, should I sell it?
Sell it.
What's that, a Nami? Oh, isn't that like the baddest one in One Piece? Ain't that like the cutest one?
Probably.
Hold on, Chad.
Sorry, bro. I think that's the bro. I think I stopped watching anime. No, I'm sorry. I think I stopped watching One Piece because it's just so overly hyped now, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean the anime is bad or anything. It's just people just fucking LARPing, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Majority of the people that like it's hard, bro. I can easily just tell when people just are bullshitting when they watch One Piece, bro. Bro, the last time I even watched One Piece was just it's like years ago, bro. Like I didn't pick it up like ever since, but it was just years ago. And one day, I think One Piece started to became, you know, in like what's it called? What's the word? Well, I can't think of the word right now, but like, but One Piece has becoming mainstream. That's what I'm looking for. One Piece has started to become more mainstream. That a lot of people are saying that, oh, I remember watching One Piece, this and that, da da da. I'm like, bruh. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't want to come up as a hater, bro. But like, people were just saying like, oh, One Piece is the best, like the best anime. Like, and it's true. Don't get me wrong. But like, is that? And sometimes I hear people like, oh, what's your favorite anime? It's One Piece, One Piece. I'm like, bro, is that all you fucking know is One Piece? Like, ever since One Piece became mainstream, bro, I find it hard for me to even jump back to the show, because a lot of people want to hop into a fucking bandwagon and think they know anime because they don't fucking know anime, bro. It's been like I haven't watched anime in a minute, bro, because life gets in the way, bro. Sometimes life can just really, get a toll of you, bro. And I try, watching anime. The last anime I watched was Dandaran's. That's the anime. It was pretty good. I love it. And what was the other one? I forgot what it's called. I can't remember the top of my head, but I watched JJK, bro. JJK, I like JJK, bro. But I didn't fully finish the show. But I'm probably gonna watch this after the stream. But damn, bro, dude, One Piece has just been over hyped for fucking no reason, bro. People are just jumping in the bandwagon and thinking that they know, and they think they know anime. They know fucking One Piece, bro. Oh, bro, it's annoying. That it's hard for me to even hop on One Piece, but it's just been years. I'm in the stream here, bro. Look, I don't think. Hold up. What is LARPing? What is the word LARPing slang? been. I've been having. Many people may not like or, you know, agree what I'm about to say, bro, but One Piece is overrated as fuck, bro. It's over fucking hype. And the reason I say that, bro, it's over fucking hype. It's over fucking hype. And it's fucking overhyped. And the only reason I said that, bro, is because so many people are fucking LARPing. And that's like literally maybe probably 90%, maybe, and that's maybe 90% of y'all, bro. And that's maybe 90% of y'all. I'm not gonna even lie. Ever since One Piece became mainstream, bro, all of a sudden people watch anime. You know what I'm saying? People watch One Piece and they know everything about anime, yada yada yada, right? And then there's nothing wrong if you want to watch anime, go ahead. Just don't pretend that you know shit about anime, because you don't. I don't remember the last time I watched One Piece, bro. The only reason I stopped watching anime before it became mainstream is because, you know, life gets out the way. I didn't have time to sit down and watch anime. I just want to come home, just stream or make videos and go to sleep, right? But one day, literally, One Piece started to become more mainstream as people just literally just became so people started LARPing the shit out of this fucking anime, bro. And literally that's the whole reason why I stopped watching One Piece, or the reason why it stopped me from watching anime is because of people that pretends they know anime, because they don't fucking know. I fucking hate that shit, bro. Many people may not like or, you know, agree what I'm about to say, bro, but One Piece is overrated as fuck, bro. It's over fucking hype. And the reason I say that, bro, is over fucking hype. It's over fucking hype. And it's fucking overhyped. What this overrated means.
Bitch, that's only 9.
No, it's 10.
You saying I can't count?
Just count it again.
Hey, get out of here.
Give me the rock and I'll leave.
Hey!
$1 fucking.
Hey, walk away.
Since I got out of prison, my business has grown bigger and bigger, spreading across the entire city.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Hey!
Yo, you coming, G?
Nah. Hey, Cat.
And it's like me and Twin, we don't get no bitches. We don't.
Here's my high.
I need a lawyer.
How can I help you, Miss Shu?
But nigga try to keep up with the kid and then went bankrupt.
When they pull you over, they're like, you know how fast you were going? Number 1, you just go. Ooh, maybe this is actually more known. Like it's the first time you've been on Earth. I don't know. You were going 12 over? Really? And then it'll go, All right, I'm gonna write you a ticket for 5. Jarvis, activate battle mode. Jarvis? All right, I'm just gonna run it the whole way through no matter how many times I mess up. Helen Keller would piece you. Helen Keller was both blind and deaf. She could not play this game. She physically could not play this game. It's impossible for her to. Jarvis, open the helmet. What are you making a noise? Do you know where I could acquire some marijuana? Yeah, sure. How much you want? I don't know, maybe like what? I don't know, maybe like 3? 3 what? Jarvis? What if they knock on your door and you just go, but I have no money? How long you need to pay your tax. How long do these animations take to make? Because I don't understand how animation works at all. Just go, but I have no money. Hey, you need to pay your taxes, but I don't have money. That's it. What if that's your response? But I can't. I have no job. They take your assets. Okay, what if you go, but I have no assets. I've been crippling debt. Jarvis? Activate goon mode. Oh, he doesn't respond to that. I don't remember. Oh, wait, no, maybe that is. Wow, this is like all the most popular clips of me just animated. Hello? 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 When they pull you over.
So you just put her in my room without consulting me?
Consulting you? Who cares what you think?
Well, I ain't gonna sleep on the couch.
It's just for a few nights until she can take care of herself.
Can I at least stay at Meemaw's?
If you promise not to come back.
Why you gotta be so mean to me?
Just feels right.
Who buys this crap?
Me, after 3 beers. I mean, look at this damn thing. What was I thinking?
Can I ask you a personal question?
You're not in my will.
It's about my girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
Nothing bad. It's just I've been singing Janet for a while now, and I like her fine. But it feels like she's getting more serious than I want to be.
Georgie, until you're married, you are not tied down to anybody. You just go ahead and do whatever you want. Play the field. Have some fun.
Interesting. That's what Dale said, too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
My boyfriend.
Yeah.
You think he's seeing somebody else?
I don't think I should be talking about this. He's my boss.
Well, he's my boyfriend, so spill it.
It's weird when old people say boyfriend.
Fine. My lover.
Well, that's worse.
Then talk.
The only woman I've really seen him with is his ex-wife.
Oh, yeah, well, he hates her.
Don't seem like it.
What do you mean by that?
They seem friendly.
How friendly?
I don't know, but he's nice to her.
How nice?
Do you mind? I'm trying to watch this.
They ever leave the store together?
Can I please just go to bed?
Just answer the damn question.
I feel like I'm gonna get fired for this.
Georgie, don't worry. Anything you say is gonna stay right here.
But you lie all the time. I learned to lie from you.
See what a special bond we have. Now answer the damn question.
You okay with Mexican?
Oh, yeah, terrific.
All right, I got Tums in the glove box for the ride home.
Great. So you talked to June lately?
Not in a couple of days. Why?
Oh, no reason. I'm just kind of thinking about calling her myself. I mean, if you're okay with that.
You want to call my ex-wife? Go ahead, call her.
Well, I wouldn't want you to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I would. I think it's nice that y'all get along as well as you do.
So where are we going with this?
Oh, just nothing new conversation.
Okay.
You sleeping with her?
Lord, no. She's my ex-wife. Come on. Oh, my gosh, what kind of sicko sleeps with her ex-wife? Where is this coming from? Are you jealous?
No. I just like to know, what kind of relationship we're in. I mean, are we seeing other people or what?
Connie Tucker, are you asking me to go steady?
Do you know what I'm asking, jackass?
All right. You listen to me now. I'm 72 years old. You think I have enough stamina to go playing around with other women?
You saying the only reason you're seeing me is you're too old and tired to see anybody else?
Oh, give me the Tums. So as long as we're on the subject, are you seeing anybody else?
No.
How about that nutty professor?
We're just friends.
Yeah, well, that's what June and I are, just friends.
So what are we?
I don't know. What do you want to call it?
I guess a committed relationship?
Oh, works for me.
Okay, settled.
Connie, this relationship is suffocating me.
I could kiss you forever.
It's kind of a long time.
You got somewhere else to be?
No. It's just that eventually we're gonna get hungry.
Why do I keep getting the feeling you're not into this?
Oh, I'm into this.
But?
I mean, we're real young, and who knows what's...
What's good, y'all? It's 3:30 in the morning. Getting ready to go to the oil
oil field. It's about 33 days until the competition, so the carbs are extremely low and no more cardio on the bike. We're doing Stairmaster now. I'd rather do my cardio at home for convenience, but we need to do everything we can to get off this extra fat. Pack my Stairmaster now.
I'm sorry.
Extremely low
How do you do this?
competition, so the carbs are extremely low and no more cardio on the bike. We're doing Stairmaster.
Hold on, I need to do that. 1 second. How the fuck does he do it?
Now. I'd rather do my cardio at home for convenience, but we need so the carbs are extremely 33 days until the competition. So the carbs are
So, if I were to
are extremely low and no more cardio on the bike. We're doing Stairmaster now. I'd rather do my cardio at home for convenience, but we need to do everything we can to get off this extra fat. Pack my energy drinks and Diet Coke. Head to the gym about half an hour on the Stairmaster. I've been having trouble sleeping. I already don't sleep a lot. Keep waking up to piss. After cardio, I drive to the port. I hop on the boat. It's time to start my 12-hour day shift in the oil field. So day shift is a lot more active than night shift, but at least my, circadian rhythm is normal. Man, these 12 hours were fucking brutal. Not because the work is extremely difficult, but more so because I have no energy. Walking around is tiring. That 50-pound pipe wrench feels like 300 pounds. This is what my body feels like on the inside. The thing is, you still gotta do your job. Nobody's gonna cut you some slack just because you're tired. So basically, just suck it the fuck up. I'm finishing my day shift. We head back to land, and now I gotta prep to go to the gym real quick. I really need to get some sleep, so that's my main goal, is just to prioritize sleep. Even if I can get 5 hours, 6 hours, that's better than 3 or 4 hours. So I try to move as fast as I can, but I feel like a fucking turtle, man. My body just doesn't want to move fast. I save my pineapples for this moment. Just a little bit of carbohydrates, just to get me through the workout. And pineapples taste so fucking good, man. So we hit the squats. I did not care that it was a pink bar. I just wanted to hurry up and get my training session over with. Remind me not to do any more barbell or free weight squats for the rest of this prep. I'm just gonna stick with hack squats, because this fucking shit done took me out. 4 plates felt like 5 plates. Then we hit some RDLs off a deficit. And yeah, I might stick with machines for the rest of this bodybuilding prep. This shit takes way too much out of me. And right now I'm just trying to maintain what muscle mass I have, because I'm definitely not gonna put on any muscle mass in the next 4 weeks with the food that I'm eating. That shit fried my CNS so bad, I just ended up doing unilateral leg extensions instead. Then I did some hip adductors, abductors. I skipped the hammies, not because I wanted to, just because the gym was so fucking packed. I'm trying to get the fuck home and go to sleep. I do another half hours on a Stairmaster. Stairmaster after doing legs, god damn. If I wasn't cooked before, I was definitely cooked after that. I get home, I eat my last meal. Have my shake. I'm telling you, man, when you hungry, man, meal prep tastes like a Michelin restaurant. I make sure that I take care of my clients. I take about 10 to 20. I don't have any more time to manage more people than that. And my girl's a godsend, man. She helps me with the website, finishing up the last details for the drop. We're gonna drop in about a week. She helped me with setting up the website, just digging away at the business slowly, man. I don't know what I would do without her right now. Sometimes you just need a little bit extra help, man, especially when you got a gang of shit going on. And then I went to bed, 5 hours of sleep. That's better than 4. Back to the oil field tomorrow. Y'all take care of a great night and train hard. Almost there.
I fuck with
Hey, Daddy.
What's going on? What?